Everybody, Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on a weekend cruise just about every weekend, and I am excited to be here on Oasis of the Seas because she doesn't normally do weekends. And full disclosure, it is a Thursday to Sunday sailing, but she just finished her repositioning from Barcelona here to Port Everglades and is getting ready to go on her normal schedule. But I couldn't wait to jump on board to give you a full ship tour of Oasis of the Seas. Now, some facts you need to know about her before we jump into showing you this beautiful ship. She, number one, came out in 2009. She was then amplified in 2017, and so that's why she has all these amazing colors on board. You're also going to be looking at about 226,000 gross tons, so it is a big ship, though. They make bigger ones these days, but she used to be the biggest. You're going to have guest capacity, max capacity of 6,700, and you're going to have crew of about 2,200 on board to make sure that you have an amazing cruise experience. So with all that being said, it is a big ship. I'm going to give you all my pro tips that I have learned from sailing on this Oasis class, Oasis of the Seas, and all Oasis class ships so that you can maximize your time and experience when you come here. Let's jump on into the full ship walking tour of Oasis of the Seas. Welcome to the main dining room here on Oasis of the Seas. This is where you're going to come for dinner. So if you want to have a proper sit-down dinner, you may have the My Time, the early, or the late seating. You're going to go to deck 3, deck 4, or deck 5, and you'll see that there is a large painting in the back. I always wonder how they are able to scale that so big. Somebody have more imagination than I do. But this is your more elegant dining. It is right before going into specialty. So if you want to pay a little bit more money, you can get into nicer restaurants here, and I'll make sure that I show those to you on the tour as well. We are also going to start on deck 4. So we're in the aft section of the ship. I'm now walking forward because there's really nothing down on deck 3. What you're going to find on deck 3 is that dining room that I just showed you. So this is just easier to start the video here and hopefully keep it a little bit shorter. You've got a lot of artwork. So anytime you're on a Royal Caribbean ship specifically, make sure you're checking out the artwork that is on board. If you're looking to see, hey, what are my options for dinner? You're always going to see signs like this outside of the main dining room, highlighting everything they're going to be offering tonight. For tonight, I recommend the bao tacos. Those are always my absolute favorite, so grab those. And the pork chop is not bad either. But you can also find that on the Royal Caribbean app, so make sure you're downloading that. And you can see the menus and go, do I want the main dining room tonight, or maybe I just want to go to the Windjammer. Coming over here to Izumi Hibachi and Sushi. One thing that I just learned is that teppanyaki is a little bit different. So this is the teppanyaki section. So you'll find that this is where they'll put on a show. If you have a birthday party or a large group, you'll want to go over there to check it out. Over here, you're going to have more of the hibachi and sushi that you can order. And this is a beautiful space. You do need reservations, but all of them have wonderful maitre d's like this lady here, who's more than glad to help you out and make those reservations. It is a la carte, which is different than the other places. I say that, they've got a few on here that do a la carte, but it means that you can just go and eat whatever you want. You will pay for what you eat. It's not a fixed price like you can find in some of the other restaurants, but I'll point that out as we get there. Continuing to walk forward, you've got Casino Royale. Now, we are in CocoCay today. The casino is open, and they don't like us to film in there, and there's a ton of paperwork. I don't want to do it. So I'm just going to pop out on the other side and show you what is on the other side of the casino. We're going to skip the casino part. All right, so you see this is the back side of the casino now. So we're going to continue walking forward to the theater area and some of the show venues. You'll see that this hallway here, there's a hallway on the right side and the left side, the port and starboard sides of the ship. This is where the Park West folks are going to be displaying some of their artwork. I always recommend, if you're looking at art or doing the auction, research what you're buying, just so you know what you're getting yourself into. Any of the complaints that come from these folks were normally because people just didn't realize or know what they were buying. And so it creates a little bit of an issue there. Coming back around, you have Entertainment Place. This is where your entertainment is going to be. You know, they did a great job with the naming on that one. So you've got a few different things here. So I'll show you quickly all the way to the theater, some spaces there. But I want to turn behind us and show you Studio B. So this is where you're going to have a few shows like the Quest Game Show. You're going to have ice skating. You're going to have the ice skating show. So I just quickly pop in if nothing's going on. They're setting some stuff up, so we won't stay in here long. But if you're coming for one of the ice shows, make sure you sit in this first section here. This is going to give you the best views because it is stationed to face this direction. The sides are also a really good fit if you want to sit there. I like sitting there because you can get a closer seat to the front which I always appreciate. Coming back out. Give the door 1 second. There we go. All right, and so you've got over here, you'll see that there's the other entrance to Club Royale. You can choose whichever one. They all go to the casino. And you can have Blaze over here on the left. That door normally stays locked, but that is going to be your late night party. So if you want the after hours experience, that's where you're going to go to. Or if you want to do the comedy show in a more intimate environment, you'll need to go over there. Get tickets for that though. Reservations are required on Oasis class ships. And that one is one of the most popular shows, and the venue's small. So make sure you get reservations. You've got the wonderful Sue Ellen concierge here, but this is your Crown Lounge. Hi, Sue Ellen. You'll see that this is a place that you can come hang out. They've got some computers here. More importantly, they've got the coffee machine, everybody's favorite item. Coming back out, you're gonna have one of the, I don't know if it's new at this point, but newer features to the ship is the non-smoking casino here. So if you're somebody who, thinks that the other casino is a little bit too smoky, they've got another one just for you so that you can go and enjoy a smoke-free experience. So that was kind of Royal, hedging their bets on that and saying, let's do both. Like, let's have a smoking casino and a non-smoking casino versus, like Celebrity said, all of them will be smoke-free. Popping into the theater. We'll take a quick look here. They are not currently practicing, but they are setting up the stage. It is a large theater. This is where you're going to have your comedy shows, your singers and dancers. And on this ship, you have Cats. It is a 90-minute show. If you have not seen Cats before, I would recommend just sitting towards the back in case it is not for you. It is a little bit on the abstract side, and it's not a traditional Broadway show, but it's still good. The cast is fantastic. The music, especially Memories, really good, but it is 90 minutes and it's absolutely not for everyone. You have seats in the balcony as well. This is probably my preferred place for Cats. Sometimes I want to sit through all of it, sometimes I do not. Coming back out now, we'll go out onto deck 5. And this will open us up to the Promenade. Going through the doors here. All right, and I'll pop over here actually, so show you the track real quick. So if you are somebody who likes to exercise, you want to walk around the ship, get some steps in, they have a dedicated spot for you to do that. Here you do have to press that open button, and you see this is the correct path to go. It is not the prettiest of walking tracks because you've got the safety vessels directly beside of you, so you can't really see too much, but it does give you unobstructed areas to walk, run. If you're doing it up on deck 15s and 16s by the pool, it gets crowded, right? There's people everywhere, there's chairs, there's trip hazards. Just not always a great experience. Coming into the heart of the ship, this is the Promenade. So you'll see here is the sign for entertainment place. So if you want to go downstairs to get to where we just were, you can use this staircase here. It's also great for getting some pictures down there. On the right over there, you have the Spotlight Karaoke. This is where you're gonna have karaoke. They titled it really well. You're also gonna have a lot of game shows over here. So they do have one going on now, so we're not gonna talk while we're in here. But they are doing a show right now. Or not a show, but a trivia. Probably morning trivia is what it is. You've got Starbucks on board this ship. This does not work with your drink coupons, your vouchers, or drink packages. You will have to pay every time that you go here. And they brew the same stuff down at Cafe Promenade, so I'll show you that when we get there. You'll see in here you've got Boleros, which is going to be your Latin bar. I think this is one of the prettier bars on the ship. It stays packed, and they always have good music in here as well, especially if you like Latin music. It's super good. You're going to have shopping, so it's also going to be a place for your shops. You've got Solarium, where you can get beauty products. You've got the Port Merchant for alcohol, tobacco, and you're going to have the Royal Caribbean store over here as well, where you're going to be able to pick up your ship models if you collect those like I do. Everybody's fan favorite, Sorrento's. If you want pizza, my favorite is the Caribbean Jerk Pizza. I highly recommend that. This line can get pretty long during peak hours, so make sure that you are coming during off-peak. You're gonna have Globe and Atlas. All Oasis class ships, actually all Royal Caribbean ships, have a Irish or English pub of some kind. And so this is gonna be the Globe and Atlas. They all have different names. keeping us vloggers on our toes. If you want an interesting pint of something, some kind of beer, this is gonna be the place you're going to go to get that, because they're gonna have the best beer selection on the ship. During the evenings, you see up above there is a place for a band, and they do pump tons of music there. The band here has been fantastic. I walk through here just bopping and singing along, but you can sit in here, grab one of these seats, and you can enjoy and listen to the music. You've got Cafe Promenade over here and some friends of mine, another weekend cruiser. I'm straightening up for the video. But you can get your Starbucks coffee over at Cafe Promenade, and that's where you can use your vouchers, your drink coupons. Whatever it is you have, you can use that there. I'm gonna point out, we've got a water feature down here. This is actually the Rising Tide Bar. So this is gonna go from deck 5 all the way up to Central Park in deck 8, and we're gonna go up there in just a little bit. On the other side though of the Rising Tide, you're gonna have guest services. So if you have any kind of issue, any kind of need, and you just need to talk to somebody that works here, this is gonna be your go-to spot where you can talk to somebody and figure out what's going on and get it resolved for you. You've also got the Bionic Bar, which in a recent video I said, I don't think a lot of people enjoy the Bionic Bar, and I was quickly told that no, Brandon, we actually really do like the Bionic Bar. So you see that there is a current wait time. We are in port today, so it is not working. Otherwise, the Bahamian government says you have to pay a VAT, but it does automatically pour your drinks. You've got a computer making your drink. It also means you're gonna get exactly one shot. So if you're used to a stronger pour, you're not gonna be getting that. We're now gonna head up the stairs here in the middle, and this is gonna take us up to the boardwalk. So there's a few things we'll hit before we get to the boardwalk, but there's your sneak peek of it right there. So when you first come up the stairs, you can see you've got the photo gallery and your shore excursions desk. So if you need to buy your packages for photos, you can do that online these days. Actually, you don't actually have to come up here. You can do all that from the Royal Caribbean app. Same with shore excursions, but they do have representatives here should you have any questions. It's also just really good views, I think, of this ship here too. So nice views. We look all the way down the promenade. If you want to get discounts on more credit for your next cruise, the next cruise office is where you'll come to book that cruise. You also have the shore excursions desk over here. No, sorry, not shore excursion desk. I need more coffee today. This is the schooner bar. So this is a very popular spot, especially if there is a talented pianist, somebody who's engaging with the crowd, and it gets crowded. So if you want to come here and listen to the piano man, piano lady, make sure you are coming early. There is a bar all the way at the end there. I personally like sitting in these seats right here in the middle because you can look out and see the people walking on deck 5 below. Just a neat little touch that I think. Coming over here, you're gonna see that you've got one of many crystal models of the ship. So if you get turned around on a ship, you can't keep your forward from your aft. Number one, aft. Think of everything you eat goes to your aft. It goes to your behind. So it's in the back. Anything entertainment-wise, theater, the casinos, that stuff is all gonna be towards the front of the ship. But this gives you a really clear indication of where you are on the ship, but it also gives you a detailed map of the actual floor that you're on. Coming out to the boardwalk balcony now. I do not hang out on the boardwalk balcony often. I come out here every now and again. The Aqua show is the reason that I come to the boardwalk balcony. It is a show not to be missed. And nobody understands the door over here actually opens on this side because it looks like it's just the one in the middle, but there's more access points. You've got some fun little mirrors here. Whoop, hey everybody. And coming on through, you're gonna have the boardwalk doghouse. So something that I've actually never done is eat at the boardwalk doghouse. They're gonna have bratwurst, they're gonna have hot dogs, all sorts of things that you can get, and you can load those up. It is complimentary and included with your purchase of cruise. You're gonna have over here some of your more kid-friendly items. So you've got a carousel on a cruise ship, which continues to blow my mind that things this large can be on a cruise ship. Granted, cruise ships these days are not the same size they used to be, but you've got some more kid-oriented shops over here, such as Sugar Beach, which is a candy store. It's a sugar shop, right? You've got, I think this is a really cool idea. They've got Sprinkle Your Day here, which sells ice cream that you can order, and they've got a walk-up window. I don't know why they didn't continue that to the other Oasis class ships. I think the walk-up window is super cool. You're also gonna have your playmakers, the sports bar over here. So I think this is a really great, I've got a room right beside of this, and I can tell you that people are cheering and watching the game and enjoying themselves. So this is where you can come. They've got a billiards table over there. And traditionally they have a section that's a little bit more inside if you want to get away from the heat, because this is sitting in the shade, but it is outdoor seating. You've also got Johnny Rockets. This is something that I would recommend if you want to do breakfast. Otherwise, there's better food on the ship. I would say don't do Johnny Rockets, but for breakfast, it is shockingly complimentary, so you don't have to pay for it here, and it's an easy experience compared to going up to the buffet. You're also gonna have the Great Abyss, which is currently closed. That is a slide, 2 different slides. That's gonna take you all the way from deck 15, all the way down to deck number 6 that I'm on. So my room is like, 4 in from the end there, and I definitely hear people screaming here, so I think that it's gonna be a good time because I literally hear them in my room screaming. Check out my room tour video if you wanna see more about that room, and honestly why I will probably not be booking Boardwalk Balconies again, because it's been exceptionally loud. Then you've got the best part of Oasis class ships. It is the AquaTheater. So here at the AquaTheater, this is where the aqua show is gonna happen, and they'll do some other events here as well, maybe top tier, or if you have a special event with a large group of people, they may bring you out here to do that event. Beautiful space. You see that there are different kind of chairs here. So you've got normal, I wouldn't say normal chairs, but you've got like beach chairs, and then you've got a bench that you can sit on. Do try, as soon as you get on the ship or beforehand, get a reservation to the very first aqua show. Don't wait in the cruise because they may cancel it. Get the first one, and that way you'll ensure that you get to see it at some point, and then come early so that you get a regular seat or a bench, whichever one you want. And if you're in the first, I'll say 4 rows down there, I promise you, you will get wet. So if you want to bring a towel, that'll help, but you're still gonna be soaking wet by the end of it. And you've got up here the rock climbing wall, and there's another one directly above me as well, but that is always a good time too. So now I'm gonna cut the camera. We're gonna jump up a few floors. We're gonna go and check out more of the interior of the ship and common spaces you may wanna take advantage of here on Oasis of the Seas. Welcome to deck 8 and the music hall. So this is a spot that I'm starting to come to more. When I got on the ship on Thursday for this cruise, it's a 3-night cruise before she starts doing her regular schedule. There was already a wedding in progress here. I think it had actually already ended by the time I got here. So those people were super quick to get to the ship, but this is the venue that they chose for their special day. And I think that it is a wonderful one on Oasis of the Seas. You see that it is arranged. I like the design in here. I don't know if it's contemporary. Let me know what you would call this kind of design with the leather back chairs. It's kind of retro, kind of modern. But I really like what they've done with the space here. You will have a full band, so oftentimes the jazz musicians will come and hang out, and you're gonna have a bar over here as well. Coming upstairs is where I traditionally hang out. So if you're looking for me in the music hall, you're gonna wanna come upstairs. And I'm going to be hanging out by the rail here, looking down at the band and the people on the dance floor downstairs. I think these are some of the most interesting chairs that you have here, with good views if you want to look down below and see what's going on without being part of it, which is kind of what I really, really like. You got some good TVs up here and billiards where you see somebody's playing. Hi there. So just checking out the billiards. You're also gonna have a bar up here, so you want to get drinks here, you can do that as well. All right, so now we're gonna bump up to the card room on deck 11. We are in the mid section of the ship. So we're gonna stay here, going all the way up, and we're gonna go up to deck 11 next. So I forgot to show you, one of my favorite parts on a cruise ship with Oasis class is the Central Park. I came out of the music hall, which is also on deck 8, and forgot to just continue walking. So we're gonna do this before we do the card room, because you have to check this section out. Like, the fact that this is a cruise ship, it does not feel like it anymore, right? On the right-hand side, you're gonna have 150 Central Park. That is where a lot of people like to go for their very special occasion. It is a higher end experience, and people rave about the food there. It's not necessarily been my personal one, maybe because it's a little bit too high end, but it's one of the better experiences. You've got Chops Grill here as well, so if you want a good steak, maybe you want to get their branzino. They've also got some lamb medallions, and you're gonna have the Rising Tide Bar. Remember, we saw this down on deck 5. So we are now midship, walking towards the forward section. Traditionally, you're gonna see the next departure schedule here when it's gonna open up, which will be 5 o'clock today, and then it'll tell you when it's gonna go down. It takes about 15 minutes to go from this floor, which is deck 8, all the way to deck 5. This is a good place to read and hang out, especially during the day. You've got the Trellis Bar, which is one of my favorite places in the evening to hang out because it is a trellis bar, and it's outside. I don't know if you can hear the wind, but you can certainly see it moving in the bushes here. And we're docked in CocoCay. We're actually not moving. So if you are moving or at sea, are set or have set sail, I think is the correct expression, you're gonna feel probably a little bit more breeze here. You're also gonna have Central Park Cafe over here, and they are probably closed at this point, but I'm just gonna peek my head in real quick just to show you what this is. This is a quick place to come and grab some food, and they do have coffee on here. So if you don't wanna go all the way to deck 5, you can come here and get it. Breakfast, lunch, this is a great option. Their salad bar over here is actually really good. I've done that a few times, and it's becoming one of my, I don't want to say favorite things, but one of my go-tos, because it's just super easy. You get to come and sit out here. The Windjammer on this ship does not have outdoor seating, but you do have beautiful Central Park here that has plenty of dining. Giovanni's table is one of my more favorite options that I like a lot. That is Italian here on the ship, so highly recommend the ossobuco. Is one of the favorite things or selections that you can get there. Oh, I forgot to mention that you'll also see, if I turn back around slowly so I don't give you all whiplash, you'll see under the little glass fixture there, they oftentimes will have a light jazz, a band of some kind, really easy listening music in the evening. So it's just a super chill place to come, relax, get out of the crowd and enjoy. You're gonna have vintages over here. Now, vintages that you're looking at currently is the wine bar on board. They surprisingly do have a little bit of nosh, a little bit of food that you can order there. But it is the wine bar, so you're gonna find the best wine options. Let me see if I can get in and show you a little bit of the wine bar. Nope, it is locked. So they have plenty of wine selection there. That's where you're gonna go to get that. If you're in Central Park and you wanna use the restroom, you're gonna have to come inside. Either ends of this ship are going to have a restroom for you to use. All right, now let's jump up to deck 11 and the card room. So we are finally here at deck 11 with a quick detour over to Central Park, but I wanted to show you the card room, and it's a bit hidden. It is down this random hallway behind the midship elevators. So I'm walking again towards the aft of the ship, and you can already probably start to see outside a little bit. Beautiful views from the card room here. On other Oasis class ships, you're going to see that you do have the glass here is fogged up, so you can't really see out of it, but you see some people in there actually playing cards. And directly above this on deck 12 is going to be your loyalty desk. So I'm not going to jump up to the loyalty desk, keep the video quick, but just know that loyalty here is in a very odd spot. It is on deck 12 aft, directly above the card room. All right, welcome to your perfect day at CocoCay. You will see that it is a happening island today. It is a beautiful day, first of all. We've had some bad weather on the weekends, but we are also in port with Allure of the Seas, and so it has been a little bit on the crowded side today. I hope to get out there right after I shoot this video. You're also gonna have the Great Abyss over here. This is the area I was telling you about that goes from deck 15, which we're on. Technically, this is a step up and it's even farther. So it's probably more like 16 and a half all the way down to deck 5. Spinning around, you're gonna see there is a flow rider here. There's one on the other side as well. So whatever side you wanna do, make sure you're checking the lines, you're checking the times of it. Come at a odd time or odd hour, and you can hopefully not have to wait too long. You're also going to have zip lining here. So this is the takeoff point for the zip line. You'll see it runs all the way from here to the other section. It is complimentary, so there's no cost to do the zip line, which I think is pretty cool. However, it's not gonna last but like 6 seconds, and that's probably if you go slow. On the other side, you'll see that there is Oasis Dune. So most Oasis cruise ships, actually all Royal Caribbean cruise ships have a putt-putt, except for maybe 1 or 2 of the smaller, older ships. And you're also gonna have your basketball court where they're doing a lot of pickleball these days. Just showing you what is above us, you're gonna see that first row there is gonna be your Windjammer. So that is the buffet. Beautiful views in the back that we're gonna check out here in a second. And directly above that, you've got your Crown Loft Suites in the exclusive suite neighborhood here on Oasis of the Seas. And we'll be going up there as well, as I have full access to the suite areas. So we'll make sure that you get to check those out. Coming over here, you're gonna have El Loco Fresh. So if you want something quick, something easy, this is where you can come and pick up Mexican style food. So think burritos, tacos, probably more Tex-Mex, honestly. But this is a good spot where you can get quesadillas, tacos, things of that nature. I'm gonna swing back around to the other side of the ship now. So you've got 2 different food options here. You've got El Loco Fresh that is going to be there on the starboard side. And then coming over here to the port side, the left side, you're going to have portside barbecue. This is one of my favorite features of this ship because it is not on all Oasis class ships, but it is a la carte, and you can pick like a, it's not that expensive though. So as I say it's a la carte, you're talking like, I want to say it's, keep me honest in the comments, what prices are you all seeing online before I start throwing them out there but it is pay one thing and you get to choose different options. The seating that I just showed you, I like to sit outside. When I go anywhere, I sit outside and this is my go-to space. You also have outdoor seating over here by the windows, but this feels more like a hallway that you're eating in versus eating in a dedicated space where you're supposed to be eating. So I just find it a little bit awkward, but I know some people do like it. So this is the main entrance to Portside, and I'll just check to see if it's open. I don't believe that it is. Oh, I can peek in. Perfect. All right. So here is Portside Barbecue. So you'll come in here and you'll see that they've got different kinds of fixings. So here are the combos. So versus me remembering them, I'm just gonna show you it's 2 cuts, 3 cuts, $16.99, $21.99 plus sides. It is good Southern eating. The food here is fantastic. So for the price of $17, I imagine there's 18% gratuity on top of it. Welcome to a cruise ship. It's gonna be a really good value and deal. Coming back over here, you're gonna see that we're now walking towards the forward section of the ship, and you're gonna see where the pool starts. If you're somebody who wants to get certified in diving, they have PADI certifications on board here. You don't see many people doing this anymore. I don't actually know that I've seen it open at any point. It may have been a casualty of COVID, if you will. But you'll see that there are multiple pools. I'm starting over here on the port side. Over on the starboard side, what you're looking at on the other side is where the kids section is gonna be. So that's Splashaway Bay. So you've got those big old buckets at the top that'll spill over water. Kids love them. And you're gonna have multiple hot tubs over here as well. You're then gonna find that they have the lime and coconut bar. So they've got one on each side of the ship. This is a really cool spot to come hang out, grab some refreshing drinks, and be part of the crowd. You also have the smoking section over here. So that is on the port side. So if you want to be part of that, you wanna be on the port side. If you wanna be a little bit away from that, you're gonna wanna head over towards the starboard side, which is the other side of the ship. We are in CocoCay today, so I'm kind of surprised to see this many people on the ship, though I will say it is becoming more and more common every cruise to see more people staying on the cruise ship in CocoCay. I think if you've been on a cruise ship since, I don't know, at least since COVID, you have come to CocoCay, and a lot of people feel like they've done it. There's also probably about 14 or 15,000 people on the island right now. So this is a easier experience than going and fighting with the people on the island. Though the island, I will say, has been expanded and it is easily holding 15,000 people, which blows my mind. You're gonna have your water slides here. So Royal Caribbean does have lifeguards as well, but these are the water slides that you can enjoy. Take them down. I have done them in the past. They're faster than you think. So just make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. One question we get often is, number one, do you have life vests on the ship? And they absolutely do. So if you have a kid or you're an adult who needs one, they're gonna have a couple of different sizes for you to be able to purchase. You've also got different towel stations. Royal Caribbean does make you check these out, so you need to give them your room number and let them know that you are the one who took it. If you fail to return that, they will charge you about $25 automatic to your account. So just make sure you go through that process and they get it marked. You're then gonna have 2 large hot tubs on each side of the ship. These are really good spaces, especially when people come back from CocoCay. They're gonna be packed with people there. Coming in here, you're gonna have the Solarium bar. So if you want to be in an 18+ environment, I don't know how much is always enforced, this is gonna be the place you're gonna want to come to. You're also gonna have the Solarium Bistro over here, which is gonna serve breakfast. So again, if you want just an easy spot to get out of the limelight and not be in a crazy environment for breakfast, you can come up here without a problem. It's also gonna turn into a specialty restaurant. And I believe on this ship, it turns into the Mediterranean restaurant. Coming over, you'll see that there's a couple of water features, some hot tubs, and then just a lounging tub, I guess is what you call this, a soaking tub, a plunge pool that you have here as well. You will see that there are doors to get you outside. So if you want to be not in the solarium, this is an open solarium, by the way. If you can see that it doesn't have full coverage on it. But if you really want to be out in the elements, you can go through the doors right there. That'll take you outside. And there's plenty of more seating that's going to be outside that you can enjoy. They also have, I think they have a wing. They do. So you want to get a really cool picture, you can head over there to the sides of the ship. They've got, it goes out on the side so that you can see down to the actual water, which is pretty cool. So we're all the way forward, and we're gonna walk up to deck 16 now. This is the place I'll come in the evening, so if I wanna make a phone call, read a book, it's got some really comfortable chairs. You can come up here and enjoy. It's not gonna have hot tubs or plunge pools, but they do have those just down the staircase, and they're going to have your Solarium bar up here as well. See some more chairs back there. And you've got comfortable cushions, which I always appreciate when I'm trying to find somewhere. The normal seats here just don't cut it for me. I'm to the age where I need a little bit of cushioning when I'm sitting down, especially for long periods of time. So I appreciate coming up here and getting a cushion. You'll see some of these eggshells here, this multicolor eggshell. That is first come, first serve. So if you are the first one to it, you're gonna be able to get it. And if you want a good seat, you're competing with what, 7,000 other people on this cruise ship. Make sure that you are getting out early and marking where you want to be. And by marking, I mean sit there. Don't mean throw something on it and come back 3 hours later. All right, let's go up to the suite deck since we are already here. You have the click. It is a secured gate. So you just gotta put your card up to it and let you up. But this is your suite deck, and it is currently closed. This is my favorite place to come. So if you're in a suite or a Pinnacle member with Royal Caribbean, this is an option of where you can come to. You can have my favorite chairs, which are right here. So I'll probably come read a book here later in the day. Some other weekend cruisers down there towards the end. It's gonna have a bar for you as well. So if you wanna check out, a quieter environment, this is a good spot to come and hang. Again, today we're in CocoCay, so a lot of the services are shut down. So you're not gonna have the bar that's open here, you have to go all the way to the Lime and Coconut, but it's still nice just to be able to have these enhanced seats. So this is a reserve section, but even the reserve section, the seats are first come, first serve. They're gonna have towels for you. You're also gonna have restrooms up here, so it is a really good experience. As you come to the back, you'll see that they do have a few sections that I believe you have to pay for, which I don't know that I see the value in that necessarily, but they're gonna have some cabana style options over here. So if you wanna spend a little bit more money, you can always come and do one of these cabanas, and I'll just peek in quickly to one of them here just to show you. If you get this, this is what you're getting. It's not much, so I think there's probably better ways to use your money, but if you've got a sea day and you just want your own space that overlooks the solarium and you can see a pool, this might be good enough for you. So coming back out of the cabana, we're gonna walk back to the other side of the ship and head back downstairs to the main section where everybody has the access. You see that they've got some fun showers here. I don't see a lot of people ever really utilizing those too terribly much, but they are here if you want to use them. And you'll see that you've got my chairs here once again in my reading spot. You can also see down to a good view of the hot tub and what that looks like. If this was 4 o'clock in the afternoon, that would look much different with people everywhere, especially as this is a 3-night sailing. It is not a true weekend. It is actually a Thursday to Sunday. As I mentioned before, she's getting ready to start doing her new schedule since she just came back from Barcelona. But we will still treat it like it is a weekend because I wanted to be here, and it's one of the few chances to come on Oasis, and I've not been here in a while. You're also gonna have the casitas here. So if you want a casita, you do have to pay for these, even if you're in CocoCay. They're not as expensive as you may think. They're about 200 bucks is the going rate that I have seen. It'll come with food, it will come with an attendant. But I wanna just look at the water over here. How beautiful is it today? Granted, I've got my sunglasses on. They've got the fancy coating on or whatever, but it is super clear looking over there. I've been really impressed with CocoCay's water in the Bahamas recently. It looks fantastic. More hot tubs and pools, and this will show you the other side. It's identical. It's not really that terribly much different between the two sides. That one's gonna have more umbrellas. On the other side, so if you're somebody who wants to seek out a little bit of shade, it's not gonna be a lot. They're gonna have some for you, and there are more hot tubs up here as well. So this ship has not skimped at all on its hot tubs. They're everywhere. But on a sea day, after CocoCay, they're still gonna fill up. So make sure you're getting your spaces soon. You've got the Lime and Coconut that is open for business right now. So people are enjoying themselves, having a good time. I'm still kind of surprised how many people have stayed on the ship. That is not, even weekends, I've been seeing an increase in it, but it's really hitting me now that, it's probably 11:30 at this point in the morning, and these people just aren't getting off the ship, which I get. I don't do it that much these days either. All right, so we're gonna swing inside now. I'm gonna show you the Windjammer, which is on deck 16. On a lot of ships, you're gonna find the Windjammer on the main deck with the pool. Here, they have elevated it, so it is one higher. Looks like the entrance is on the other side, but for a purpose of filming, we're just gonna bounce under here. because I'm not actually eating. So you've got the Windjammer where you're gonna have your buffet. You can be able to wash your hands, come in, grab some food. But they've got plenty of dining options, lots of food that you can get. Do enter from one of the two sides there. Their exit is here, and they'll have people directing you on where to go. If you've not seen the Coke machines, you can see how you can customize all these. They're the freestyle machines, so if you get the refreshment package, this is what's gonna be coming. You'll get a souvenir cup, little plastic thing, not worth much, but you can put whatever you want to in it. Looks like they're actually just closing for breakfast now on this side. So you've got plenty of egg options. They've got some ethnic cuisine as well. You see that there's some rice and some porridge over there. More importantly, they're gonna have coffee, one of my favorite things. Hi there. And then you're gonna have, of course, breakfast pastries, one of my favorite things. I had the carrot muffin this morning. It was okay. I would probably get it again. I've been looking for a blueberry. Yesterday was chocolate. Today's carrot, so maybe I'll get blueberry tomorrow. But my favorite place to sit when I come to the Windjammer on Oasis of the Seas is directly in the back, where you have this wonderful photo opportunity. You've got the Oasis sign that's gonna be back there. You get to see some of the water. It's not quieter back here. It's actually, you can hear the music above me right now. It does get a little bit loud back here with things echoing. You're gonna have your drinks over here, so don't feel like you have to stop at the first drink option you come to. You can keep going all the way to the back, and there'll be one here as well. All right, so we're gonna pause once again, and now we're gonna go to the exclusive suite area. So a suite lounge, coastal kitchen, in addition to, nope, that'll be it, just the suite lounge and coastal kitchen. I keep forgetting the newer ships that I've been on recently, they have the suite lounge on the back of the ship by the lounge. That is not the case here. We just saw that, so I can't show you another one. All right, so we did not go far in that little journey. That is the other entrance to the Windjammer where I just came out of, but I wanted to share with you how the suite section kind of shapes up. So you can see that the carpet and the staircase is now coming to the middle of the ship, and it has changed. It is a higher end, more elegant experience. And this is where Royal Caribbean tries to do their ship within a ship. Though I would say it's not a true ship within a ship, it is more just a sweet neighborhood, as they mentioned, a place where sweet guests can come and enjoy. You do have some restrooms up here. And if you're in one of the Crown Loft suites, which are my absolute favorite room in the entire fleet to stay on, that's where you're going to get to your Crown Loft suite. We also saw those from deck 15 when we were on the sports deck. Coming over here, you've got Coastal Kitchen. This is almost open for lunch, but not quite yet. This is where Suites and Pinnacle guests come for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it is beautiful. They did a really good job here. I'm gonna swing over here so you get better lighting. You can see you got CocoCay, you got CocoCay in the background, yes. But you're gonna have the pools that you see as well. And if you come here early, we just had a time change. It's still light outside, so you can see outside of all these windows when you are setting sail, and it is just beautiful. You're gonna have the bar over here, which if you're a suite guest, they will be complimentary drinks. If you are a Pinnacle member, you'll need to use one of your Pinnacle vouchers in order to get that. And then you come over to the suite lounge. So they kind of merge together. You've got your two concierges that sit here. They can help you with any questions you may have, what things going on. And you're also gonna have just a hangout spot. The purple cushions, I think, are the most comfortable. The ones that are yellow, they're a little bit low and that table's a little bit high. And then you've got some other normal tables over here where you'll find people coming to play card games during the day. You may have seen me also with my laptop up here. This is a place that I often come. And you're gonna find that they have food right now. It is just morning snacks. So they've got some cookies and some fruits. This is gonna be switched over soon enough to the lunch, but more importantly, you've got coffee machines here. These are always a fan favorite on board Royal Caribbean in their suite and Crown Lounges is the coffee machines. Press the button of what you want, whether it's cappuccino, it's an espresso, it's a latte, it's got you. It's got decaf and regular as well. All right, so that is the full ship walking tour of Oasis of the Seas. She is a big ship, and so hopefully I was able to show you all the common spaces. So when you come here, you know what your options are. You're not missing anything, and you can have a wonderful experience on your Oasis of the Seas sailing. All right, everybody, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, and if you want to cruise with me one time, make sure you're going down into the description and checking out the group cruise newsletter so you stay up to date on where I'm gonna be and how you can join. Hope to see you on a weekend cruise soon.